It is the dog days of summer, and with the dog days of summer we're going to talk about sports because it's that time of year where baseball's still going on, football's starting up, basketball's around the corner, and hockey is somewhere right down the line. Today on Old Kid on the Game, we're going to talk about baseball. I'm going to actually get to show you two different versions of it. The old 1983 classic NES Baseball, and then today's modern MLB The Show 19. So, stick around. Here's the opening. We're going to have a fun time. See you in a minute. Okay, so this is the 1984 classic, and I got the year wrong, and I'm sorry about that. So we're going to play a real quick game. Play one inning. And we're going to do, I don't know, Cincinnati versus the Rangers, I guess. And I'm batting first, so strike one. Should not have swung at that. I'll show you the batting and pitching real quick. It is actually still a lot of fun. I remember when I first got this game and how it looked compared to the Intellivision, which is what I had to compare it to at the time. Graphically speaking, I mean, this is just so much better. Yep. Short little bouncer. And that's the half. So let's see how we do with the pitching. Okay. There's a safe. You can throw it a few times. See how it looks. I like how he shakes off the pitch. I find it funny because the controls are a lot different here. You're actually having him run. Shakes off the pitch, shakes off the second pitch. They almost seem to run away from the ball more than run towards the ball. Strike one. Oh, there's 2 runs scored because it'll take them forever to get to the ball. Yep, 2 runs score. Shakes off the pit. It's so funny to me how different it looks. I mean, it's still great. It's still a lot of fun. It's definitely a different feel than the original, or than what we play today. And how many pitches are you going to shake off? That was a little bit of a heater on that one. And there's a foul ball. Ooh, I think that caught the outside corner. It's hard to tell on this one. Shaking it off. Well, we let a couple runs score. So, when we come back, I'm gonna show you how MLB The Show 2019 looks, and you can kind of see the difference in comparisons. It is a little different. It is definitely going to be more graphics, or graphically inclined. So, when we come back to MLB The Show, well, no, actually, when we come back, I'll give you a little bit more of my take on this right after this. Gems of War in the background. Warden's playing that right now. Definitely, it's still a lot of fun. It is a blast. I'm glad I'm able to still play it. It is definitely a game I would play again. I'd give it... The only problem I have is to watch the base runners, or the outfielders and the infielders run away from the ball. I would actually give it... Oh, I would give it a 3 out of 5. Warden?
That sounds about right.
Okay, so there's a 3 out of 5. We're going to talk more about baseball here in just a second. We're going to pull up PlayStation's version of what baseball should look like and kind of compare the two graphically. So, that's next. Okay, so let's talk about some stuff real quick. I'm not going to actually play in this one. There's just enough of a delay, and I want to stay facing towards the camera, that if I tried to play it, it would really look bad, and I don't like having my back to the camera. I like talking to you guys while the game is going on. So it's going to be the two teams. I got as close as I could. It looked like the color scheme actually ended up being the Chicago White Sox of the 70s and 80s versus the Cincinnati. I tried Cleveland. I tried Chicago Cubs, and the one that looked the most like that colors was that one. So it is the Texas Rangers versus the Chicago White Sox. That's what we're going to see here in just a second. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the game. We're going to make it presentation mode. We're actually going to make it broadcast. And here we go. So this ought to be really interesting. The one thing I'm going to say about this is it takes a little longer for it to load, unfortunately. And this is what PlayStation thinks that that baseball should look like. Warden definitely does not like the show quite as much as she likes some of the other games.
MLB Network welcomes you inside Guaranteed Rate Field in Chicago.
There is announcers.
Good one here
it's interesting
the Texas
to see
Rangers and the Chicago White Sox. Major League Baseball on MLB Network coming up right after this.
A little different. And again, we're just going to do one inning. We'll see if it's a big inning or if it's a relatively small inning. So
Lucas Giolito gets the ball for the White Sox in this one. Dan, any thoughts?
Kind of interesting.
Well, this guy's kind of unique. How about a 5-pitch repertoire that he has?
Definitely
that gives him a lot of options
different
for both righties and lefties.
Set of uniforms.
He could be really tough to hit.
So
Shin-Soo Choo at the plate now. He will lead this one off today.
I think it's
leading off the afternoon for Texas.
Pretty good comparison color-wise to the two.
Pitch coming. Here it is.
And as you can see,
and afternoon baseball on MLB Network
it is definitely
underway.
A lot smoother. Yeah, there are some technical flaws in it, and I could sit here and digress on all the technical flaws that they have. I don't think that's necessary. I think
takes a pitch high and away for ball
think
one.
It's definitely a different view. So you know what? We'll let Matt Van Skirgen talk a little bit, and I won't talk a little bit. So muting my mic.
The 1-1. Swing, and there it goes. He got all of this one. And gone. An absolute bomb. So it's a solo home run here, leading off the ball game as the Rangers strike first.
The other big difference is and obviously we didn't get to see it on that pitch specifically, but watching the fielders.
Well, this has started off certainly quick. First batter of the game goes deep.
But
dare I say,
you're definitely going to see that the runners don't run away from the ball as they did in the Nintendo game.
Batting left-handed here as
and there's a strike call. And that's the other thing is you see a different view of the plate. You see a different view of the bases. The fans. Look, you actually see fans in this one. And like I said, they run a lot faster in this one. And you know what? I think we'll just do a half an inning. Well, we can do it. We'll see if we can do a full inning.
Who stands out to you, Danny?
Not a huge difference. Shows your actual starting lineups. It shows actual players. I don't think that NES Baseball had the licensing that they do now. But we'll see. I mean, you know, it's definitely graphically, you can see it's a more refined product. Does that make the NES version better? No, it doesn't. Each one has its own characteristics, has its own personality, and to compare them, all I'm doing is just comparing them apples to oranges. They're two different games. They are two different eras. They had what
Anderson brings it in. Throw gets him 2 down.
I would call, you know, if we compare today's game 20 years down the road, 30 years down the road, how is it going to look compared to a game 30 years from now? Again, it's the game I grew up with. I love it. I'm just showing you the current product. I think we'll do a half an inning just because, you know, it's how it is, and then I'll give you a wrap-up and my final views on it. But let's finish up this inning. Definitely, you can see differences in there.
Yeah, Matty, Clyde's my type of umpire. I didn't mind the low strike zone, and that's exactly what he had. If you're not going to give him above the belt, I'm okay with it. You know, one of the things I guess with Clyde is he is a real good low strike umpire. Pitchers seem to like him more than hitters, but one thing I will say, he has a very consistent zone. It's a low zone, but a consistent zone.
Too high, and it's 3-0.
Now with the base is empty, I think he needs to be careful not to just groove one here just
So,
because it's 3-0.
What we're looking at, I mean, you know, this is definitely
one over the wall.
And he gets this fastball over back to 3-1
so there's strike
now.
one,
Gotta believe he had the green light in that
it's
situation. 2 outs,
almost, you
3-0
know,
count.
it's
This guy can
almost
certainly
the same
handle the bat.
concept
That's a
if you really
perfect
look at
situation
it
to let him
as
loose. But I
the
love the
NES
fact that he's
version.
holding a certain area, and it wasn't what he was looking for.
So
And that's low, ball 4.
The left fielder, number 5.
definitely
Willie
can see where the groundwork was laid with that
And here's
version.
the former prize Dodger prospect Willie Calhoun. He takes his first cuts on this one
Definitely,
with a man at
it's
first and 2 away.
It's interesting. You can see the shift and everything on the
He's
screen.
set and the
It's-
pitch. And a good fastball there, but this just misses the zone
But
for ball 1.
you know what? I'm not even gonna try and get through. Wow, I played a complete inning in the time it's taken to get half an
Fastball
inning
got him to
done
swing
here.
through it.
So
It's 1-1.
I'll give you my final thoughts and comments and talk about what's on the next show. So that was a look at two different genres of the same game. The NES Classic from 1984 and MLB The Show 2019. Both of them are good. I like them both. They both have the replayability. Again, you're not comparing apples to apples, you're comparing apples to oranges. NES system, Nintendo Entertainment System versus a PlayStation 4. We're talking second generation to, I think we're at the 7th or 8th generation right now. So you can't compare the two the same way. There are some quirks in MLB The Show 19 that still are out there. They still haven't really been addressed. I will give the show a 3 out of 5. It's beautiful graphically, but there are some minor quirks that still don't push it up to that level of 4, or even 5. That's all we have for today's show. The next show I want to talk about Mario, from his first appearance in Donkey Kong all the way through to Mario Maker 2. We're going to show you some clips from each of those, from some different games that he was in, and show some interesting techniques about him. That's the next time on The Old Kid in the Game. For now, I'm Kid Tut. We will see you next time. Have a great day. Thank you so much for watching these videos. We all here at Gamerphobe appreciate all the watching that you do and all the comments and feedback that you give us. Just to let you know, this is not the only place to catch Gamerphobe. You can also catch us on the Facebook, on Facebook, on Facebook at Gamerphobe. So, any questions, anything you want to see in any upcoming videos or anything like that, shoot us a line, let us know. It'll be greatly appreciated. Facebook.com/Gamerphobe is where you find us. Besides here, this is the YouTube channel. Thanks for watching again, and we'll see you next time.